NASA presidential candidate Raila Odinga and his running mate Kalonzo Musyoka are officially out of the race for State House. Odinga has written to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission explaining their withdrawal and urging them to cancel the 26th date and prepare for a new election in 90 days.
Well, the opposition leader, who has maintained he will not go to the election until and unless his demands are met, blames the IEBC for mark timing and wasting valuable time in a public relations exercise, as Ken Mijungu explains the implication.
With only 15 days to the repeat election, NASA leader Raila Odinga and his running mate Kalonzo Musyoka have taken an unprecedented move by withdrawing from the race to State House.
After deliberating on our position in respect of the upcoming election, considering the interests of the people of Kenya, the region and the world at large, we believe that all will be best served by NASA vacating its presidential candidature in the election scheduled for 26 October this 2017.
Odinga says without what his coalition termed as irreducible minimums, they can no longer participate in the election, which he says they will lose if it is run by the IEBC as currently constituted.
The IEBC has stonewalled meaningful deliberations on the necessary reforms to ensure that the elections of 26th of October are free and fair. It has wasted valuable time engaging in public relations exercises intended to create the illusion of motion without any movement.
NASA says the IEBC is not committed to conducting a free, fair election by making the changes as proposed by NASA and the European Union. NASA also cites the move to amend the electoral laws and the remarks attributed to the Jubilee Party Vice Chair David Murathe that the country needs a benevolent dictator, as some of the statements that show the October election will be worse than the August 8th. Now, this stage was set back on the 5th of September when the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission decided to gazette only 2 candidates and made it clear in that gazette notice that there shall not be fresh nominations for the purpose of this repeat election. Now, this has come back to haunt them. In the Gazette notice, the IEBC indicated that re-election shall be between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. It also stated that for the purpose of the repeat election, there shall not be nomination of candidates.
It is now clear that the same criminal enterprise that perpetuated the fraud in the August election is firmly in charge of the Commission and setting up even more lethal mechanisms to defraud the Kenyan voter. The conservative wing of the IEBC have now firmly crystallized their stronghold of the operations of the Commission, with every decision of the chairman being countermanded and with the proposed amendments to the electoral laws to dilute the powers, authority and standing of the chairperson of the Commission as the returning officer of the presidential elections.
Independent Electoral and Boundaries.
The Supreme Court in 2013 in its ruling held that only the 2 candidates will be eligible to run in a fresh repeat election. Further, the ruling indicated that where one candidate who is supposed to participate as so ordered withdraws or dies, then the IEBC will organize fresh election right from the grassroots, where the party membership will also endorse their candidate of choice, who will then present papers to the IEBC for nomination. In this case, all aspirants for president will be eligible to run. Already one of the presidential candidates, Ekuru Aukot, is at the High Court seeking interpretation whether he should have been included in the race or not. The question, however, is what happens at the expiry of the 60 days extension period that the Constitution offers for a repeat election to be done. Does President Uhuru Kenyatta step aside for a caretaker president in the person of the Speaker, or does he continue until an election is done? The IEBC is supposed to give the direction of where next after this withdrawal. Ken Mijungu, NTV.